What's up, guy? Your boy, your no speeded fix is here again with another good news for you guys. All right. So, I trust you guys are doing great today. I want to share with you a very important concept that I'm sure many of you are familiar with, but have not been using it properly. I've seen a lot of persons making so many mistakes using this concept or strategy, and this is what's the trendline strategy. I'm sure many of us are familiar with it, like I already said, but then it's not about familiarity, it's about you using it the proper way. For some time now, I've not really talked about strategy, this, that, and all, because I know there are other concepts that you guys need to make tons of money from the forex market. So today, I've taken my time to give you a comprehensive detail on the best way to use this trendline strategy and how you can actually use it as a or personalize it to your trading style to make a whole lot of money from it. It's pretty simple. Like I'm sure you guys can attest to it for those of you that know how to use it. But like I said, you might claim you know how to use, but you'll be surprised or amazed about the things that will be unveiling as regard to the trendline strategy and other things that you should have applied that would have given you a very good risk to reward ratio. So if this is your first time of viewing my content, kindly make sure you subscribe to it and hit the like button and also share the video to others who are in this game so that we can all learn and grow together. All right. So without further ado, let's dive into the chart and let me show you the best way you can actually apply this trendline strategy and the best time to take your trade when you're using trendline strategy. But before I dive into the chart, I need to make you understand what is even this trendline strategy. You need to understand what trendline strategy is nothing but what your ability to spot the trending market and using lines, whether one or two lines, to probably join specific point. Count my words, specific point, not just any points you see. You have there are specific key points that you need to join together before you will be able to, call a particular trend line a trend line. There are so many trend lines that people draw. I've seen a lot of people drawing or making so many mistakes trying to get a particular trend line. There are a number of touches that you're supposed to see before you can say a particular trend line is valid. Not everybody pay attention to this particular detail that I'm sharing with you right now. So I will take you to the chart, show you how to apply them, the way to look out for it, what time frame should you use, where do you start your analysis from whenever you're trying to use a trendline strategy. All of this thing will be unveiled in this video. So make sure you stay to the end of this video. And like I said, if this is your first time of viewing my content, don't forget to like and subscribe to it. Okay. So there is a link to the description of this video, which is what our Telegram channel. You can join us. We share daily signals on a day-to-day basis. And don't forget to register your account with us so that you can, have a full access to us at any point in time. We can help you out with any trading challenge that you have. So make sure you use the link in the description of this video to create your account. Okay, so like I said, we don't want to waste time in this video. We just dive into the business of the day, which is what? How do you trade your trend line? What is the best way to use it? What type range should you use? How do you even start your analysis in the first place? Let's dive into the chart and I will unveil this secret to you guys. Stay tuned.
So guys, here is the chart of volatility time index. So I want to show you how you can quickly apply these trendline strategies as I've rightly said before now. So before diving in properly into the chart, let me just give a schematic of what you should be expecting on how you go about it. Now, I'll just be explaining the entry criteria for this trendline strategy. The first thing you need to do is to study your higher time frame perspective to get the overall bias of the market or where they think the current trend of the market is, whether the market is bearish or bullish. If it is bullish, you want to look for a buy setup, and if it is bearish, you want to look for a sell setup. So having said that, suppose you have a trending market in this form, creating series of higher highs and higher low. So the best way to trade this trend line is to look for the best line of best fit, or the best line that you think that okay, when the market reacts to this particular line, there will be a significant push to the upward direction. So if you have it in this form, you want to exercise patience for the price to probably tap in properly into this particular level, because when you check, you see that this is a structural level that the market might be expecting around this particular zone here, and this could probably be called a liquidity grab. Okay, so from this particular level, you already have your trend line confirmation here. The next thing you want to wait for is candlestick confirmation, and you want to look for your entry here, and this is going to be your target for the day for that particular trade. If you're entering from here, you target this particular point as your take profit level, and of course your SL is just going to be below structure, somewhere around here. This is where you should put your stop loss. Stop loss should not be too big. At least you can see that this is going to give you a very good risk to reward ratio. So Let me just show you some of the trade which I have taken. This is V25 1X. So you can see from here, we have the first touch here. Mind you, why I am taking a buy on this trade is because I've already done a top-down analysis from the higher time frame perspective. Remember, you have to trade alongside with the trend. That is the best way this strategy can work for you. So if you do not follow the trend, you may probably not get the best out of this strategy. So when you are trading alongside with the trend, just like as I'm doing right now, you have to come down to your entry time frame to observe the movement. So the market have some consolidation around this region. So I was waiting patiently to see where the break will happen, and you can see this way a significant zone that the market has multiple touches here, here. This is one, two, three, four, five, six. So there are a lot of touches around this zone. So I believe that once the market break out of this zone, there will definitely be a retest to that particular zone to pay homage to the broken structure, and that is where I want to start looking for entry from. So when I saw this double when I saw this double bottom here on this particular spot, I knew that okay, I think there is tendency of a proper break to happen. So I just drew this trend line because this is a touch here, this is another touch here. The market rallied all the way up and it was supposed to come down directly to retest this particular zone, but because of this trend line, it just bounced off the trend line, and that's why you see that I have this first line here as a false break, and then I have this particular indication here. So I waited after this indication here that okay, you see what happened? That after this push to the downside, there was a push to the upside, and the market came down to retest it properly. And when I waited for that retest to happen again, when the market came down to this particular level again, that was when I took that first entry. So I extended my trend line to see if the market will obviously come back again. One thing you need to know again is that when you want to make a re-entry as regard to this strategy, you want to study the 15-minute structure or your entry time frame structure to ensure that for you to enter again, you have to wait for the previous high to be taken if you are in a bullish market, or wait for the previous low to be taken out before you can look for entry. Take for instance, after I made my entry here, this were the previous high. It was broken, and immediately it was broken. That was when I make an extension of my trend line to wait to see when the market will definitely come back to retest that. Of course, it doesn't happen often, like it doesn't happen so quick, but as you can see, it eventually came down to this particular level. And most of the time, another thing you should pay attention is your confluence. What do I mean by confluence? Having multiple reasons why you are making your decision. So you can see that when it came down to retest this, I have a lot of reasons why I should continue with my entry. This is a double bottom. And what does double bottom signify? It signifies that a market wants to start buying. And aside it being a double bottom, this is my trend line, and also you can say that it happened on a structural level. So that was the reason why I made my entry and I put my SL just below this. So I saw the market creating some structures around here, and I made it, and I also draw another trend line, which is also a which is just a minor trend line. Okay, so this minor trend line, I was hoping that when I get a good entry, I was going to probably enter around here, although which I did, but I took a loss on this. So that is to tell you that most times you may not necessarily win on your trade, may not necessarily win all your trade, because when the market came, I had my confirmation candle here. As you can see, this rejection here. So I made an entry here, but the market took me out and still went up. So what you can take from this, so that you will not repeat the same mistake, is to always wait for the major trend line to be respected, because this is my minor trend line and this is my major trend line. So always wait for the major trend line to be respected, and make sure you have at least two confluences to add to it to make it more reliable before making an entry. And you can see the market after the break of this structure, the market went all the way up, came back again to retest this particular level. If I draw this support and resistance line of demand and supply zone, you will see that this is actually also a structural level that the market came to retest in confluence with what our trend line. So you can find an entry around this region. You have to continue with it. You can continue stacking your position. You see that after a break of this structural level here, this high was taken by this candle. I have to wait again. I think I made an entry here. I didn't know why. Okay, yes, I made a re-entry around this particular level. I made a re-entry around this particular level, and you see I was following up with this market, and I was supposed to make an entry from here. Why do I do this? So even though it shows that the trend line will be broken, this was the last previous higher low. So I was hoping that when the market come here, it will give me that double bottom here, and no, I'll take another buy, but that doesn't happen. So and immediately that trend line was broken properly, you see the market crashing all the way down. See the market crashing all the way down. So this was just a break and retest that I did using a strategy known as BPR strategy. If you want to learn that strategy as well, you can actually watch my previous video. The title is BPR strategy, and I've explained the proper way to do it. That when you see a trend line that is broken, you observe for a transition or change in trend. When that change in trend happens, we definitely see a retest of that. So I was supposed to make an entry here, but I said, okay, let me just exercise patience because this was the last higher this was the last higher low that was created before this higher high. It was broken to the downside, and we have this retest. Broke down again, come up for a retest. But then I was patient for this major low to be broken. I think this is the 4 hour higher low. So it was broken and I had this retest and I ride it all the way down. So that is that about this particular guy. I think when you come to this point as well, you can also see it happening on V10. You can also see it happening on V10. It happens almost all the time on the chart. So if I extend my trend line from here, if I extend my trend line from here, you can see that okay, if I extend my trend line from here, would have make an entry. Like I said, it may not work 100%. You see, there's no strategy that is an holy grail, and you need to actually understand that it's not all the time that you have to. It has to work in your favor, but majority of the time, and that is what the trader should be looking for. When you have a system that works, that is all that matters. This is the current state of the market. If I want to make a quick entry on this, all I just need to do is to make an extension of this trend line. Then what am I waiting for? I already have my first touch here. Okay, this is my second touch, which of course I would have made an entry because it's actually in a confluence zone. And then I'll wait for this next touch here. I'll wait for this next touch here, and then I have to check in time past. So does it align a with a particular zone in the past, which you can see right now that it's actually aligned with the zone that you are seeing here. So this is the first reaction. This is the second reaction. So we wait for the price to properly tap into this particular point to create that third touch on the market, and we'll ride it all the way up again. So this is the perfect way you can apply your trend line strategy. So if, like I said, if you are watching my content for the first time, please do me the favor of subscribing to the channel so that I can be encouraged to continue dropping educative content like this. And don't forget to also share this video and give us a thumbs up so that we can all continue to enjoy this atmosphere. Okay, so I'll be signing out from here. If you have any video you want me to drop, if you have any video, any challenge you're having in trading, you're confused, or you want me to make a particular video, don't forget to always drop it in the comment section. I go through my comment section to ensure that I attend and I know what you guys are actually looking for. So stay tuned. More videos will be coming, more educative content will be coming. Like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay blessed, guys.